I got the wrong decoupler. Well, hello there. Master Hellish here, and welcome to our Tuesday night Kerbal Space Program Let's Play. Now, those of you who are regulars will know that I've had internet problems over the last couple of weeks now. We've had 3 engineers out, and at the time, right now, we have been stable for 29 hours and 49 minutes. So in theory, looks like we might be alright. So, we're going to crack on with some Kerbal Space Program because we're in the middle of a mission right now. I can be even more precise than that if I want, Jack. There's a hours, minutes and seconds on the counter. But yes, we're going to crack on with the mission that we had from last time. And to remind us a little bit of last time, Jackamak has once again come up with a little video for us. So thank you very much to Jackamak. And this is our update from last time. The crew have been cooped up for too long. Transfer any crew between vessels near Kerbin. So Sixer is now in control of the craft. Let's throttle up to try and circularise our path into a full orbit. This is where we are. That, I think, is our target. There we go. So let's put ourselves retrograde, null out any sort of relative velocity we have with that. Okay, fire the engine! Yeah, we're less than a kilometre away now. We're almost certainly not going to crash. I think we're going to almost do this straight away, really on the nose. Oh, look at that. And there we go, folks. So that is that. What is this game? This game is Kerbal Space Program, where we've got some Kerbals, and there's some space. I suppose we've got a program as well. This is mission control, and we've got an active mission. Hang on, that didn't work. Try again. Ooh, there we go. The content capture was just a little bit slow there. So here we go. Hello, everybody. Hello. I'm seeing a number of people popping in. Hello, Quizdy, Geek Games, everybody else is coming by. Of course, all the regulars and moderators as well. And before we say any more hellos, let's say a thank you to our Viewer Plus subscribers. Thank you very much to our latest subscriber, Astrid. That's a resub. I know Astrid's been a subscriber for a long time. And thank you to Gabe. There we are. That's your name. And who else are we going to say thank you to for being a Viewer Plus subscriber? We'll find out in a couple of seconds. Viewer Plus is very important. Jackamak. This is random, but it always seems to be Jackamak's name just popping up there. But let's crack on. And let's crack on. So we've got this mission to do where we've got to transfer some crew between 2 vessels near the moon. Now what we've done, if we leave this facility and go to the tracking station, my throat is a little bit sore. Hang on. There we go. Right, where's the moon gone? There's the moon. And around the moon, we've got, what's this? Eagle 1. And Eagle 1 is a remote control spacecraft. Let's go have a look at it. This is what we managed to get in orbit of the moon last time. It's currently sat in orbit with half its fuel remaining. And this is the one that we're going to try and get the Kerbals back with. Hello, Mike. Welcome to the stream. We're gonna do some rockets and some science and stuff. So these guys. So this is empty, and it's an Eagle 1 module orbiting the moon. So now we need to go and launch a new Eagle 1 module. This time, not empty. We're gonna try and get it with some Kerbals in. So let's see if we can keep our 0 deaths at 0. That would be nice, wouldn't it? It would be good, wouldn't it? Let's see here. Yep, we are all streaming and good, yeah. Fingers crossed the issues of the past are behind us. PC issues and internet issues. So there we go. Let's load. Where's it go? So we've got the TR7, TR7S. We don't want that. We want Eagle 1 MT. And the MT stands for Moon Transports. This is the Moon Transport version of the Eagle 1. And the Eagle 1 is basically the... it's the TR7 that's been qualified for space flight. So here we go. This is it. Now we need to check the staging because that was wrong previously. So we've got the rocket down the bottom goes first, the clamps go, and the side boosters. After that, we drop the side boosters and we launch the nose cone and detach the second stage from the first stage. And we light the second stage engine. That's correct. Then we detach the habitation module from the second stage, and we've got parachutes on this. But in theory, this one's not going to come back. In theory, this one's going to stay in orbit of the moon. And seeing as it's going to stay in orbit of the moon, maybe we could try and land it? That would be cool, wouldn't it? I don't see why we wouldn't have a go at landing it, because then we would have like a habitation module just sat there on the moon. I think we're going to have enough fuel. I suppose really what we need is a transmitter that can transmit the jobby back, the science back, and a science module. Let's put a couple of science modules on this. We're going to maybe there's a possibility we're going to dual purpose this. Science from the surface. That's right, Egg. So thermometer on one side and a barometer on the other. Now the other experiments we've got require resetting by scientists, so we're not going to put them in. Let's close that. And it's going to need an antenna. Grabe says, I've not played KSP in ages. I like it. I just struggle. I think a lot of people struggle. But I think overcoming that struggle is part of like the achieve, you know? To me, if a game doesn't challenge you and it's not difficult in any way, then there's no real want to want, is that the right word? Desire, reward system. It's not rewarding to play the game. That's what I was looking for. Not rewarding to play the game. Let's see here. So I think this rocket is ready to do what we need to. It is literally rocket science, yes. It is a dumbed down version of rocket science, I guess. So we should be alright. But we just need an antenna on this. And I think... So we don't want a relay. That's relay, direct, and relay. So this appears to be the best non-relay one. So we'll get that and we'll put it on the side of the craft. And hopefully when we flop this onto the surface, we can have that laying upwards. The parachutes are pointless, but we're going to put parachutes in this just in case there's any problems with our crewed mission. Then hopefully we can bring it back safely. It's a just in case thing. You did 2 years of astrophysics and you can't handle the game. Ah, the game. Right, we're going to put both of our pilots in this. Sixer and Lexi are coming on board. We're going to have to do it. I kind of wish that I'd done this straight after the last launch, because in theory this launch should be the same as the previous one. Now what we're going to do is we're going to wait until sunrise. There we go. Isn't the antenna on the wrong stage? No. The land... Oh, how do I look up? There we go. Right, there we go. So the antenna is on the second stage, and we're going to be taking the second stage to the moon. There is no intention to disconnect the habitation module from the second stage, because that's where the solar panels are. I mean, if we wanted to, we could move the solar panels to here, but the second stage is required to land on the surface of the moon. So the solar panels and the antenna are going to all go to the moon together. There is going to be essentially, I mean, the only reason we can separate this, and the only reason there's an ablator on this, is just in case something goes wrong with the crewed part of the crewed? The mission with the crew, yeah. Is this just an orbiter? This is the this is basically the upgraded TR7. So this is a high-powered orbiter that can get to the moon. It can lift cargo to the moon. Not a massive amount, but a bit of cargo. Especially when you use 3 boosters instead of 2. So we'll get ready and launch this. And we're going to take it nice and steady. And we're going to try and complete all these missions once we get to the moon. Now, this is the first time we're going to the moon with crew, I think. I think we might have done a flyby with Sixer, but back then we didn't have maneuver modules, and we have the maneuver nodes now. So here we go. Full throttle. SAS on, and stay. There we go. Why can't I hear it? I think my headphones have gone to sleep. Okay. Once we get... Yeah, my headphones have gone to sleep. Once we throttle back... Once we get to about 100 meters per second, we're going to throttle back. We're still increasing. We're still accelerating. It's a bit loud. Okay, you can hear it. Alright. It's just my headphones have gone to sleep. Okay, so solid fuel is only about half done. Sound volume is good. Okay, I'm going to turn off that central engine for now. Hopefully the aircraft doesn't go a bit wobbly, because that gimbal on the central engine is really what keeps this aircraft flying straight. But at the moment we're doing okay. We're about 10 kilometers up. I want to start the turn, but we've got to wait until these solid boosters are gone. Here we go. Boosters are going soon, so I'm going to throttle up that central engine. And away they go, and we're going to immediately start turning. We started our turn at about 19 kilometers. That's quite good. We've got a good, decent bit of fuel. Just don't want it to go over too much. Okay, let's check this. Maneuver node. Okay, well, looks like we're doing good. So we had to go up quite a lot because those boosters, the side boosters, the solid boosters do give us a good bit of kick to get us going. But we're doing all right, actually. There's no need for me to adjust the orbit or the trajectory at the moment. There's a treasure hunt going on in the Twitch chat, so that's pretty cool. Just going to think about powering down a little bit now, because I don't want to miss my mark. Hopefully it'll be alright. So what I'm waiting for is for our peak of our suborbital flight to get to about 80 kilometers. We've just passed the 70 kilometer mark. It's the tiny numbers right in the bottom left hand corner. Okay, Jacamax joined the treasure hunt. Graves joined the treasure hunt. Okay, we're at 74 kilometers. I feel like we need to just throttle up a little bit. 77, 8, 9, and there's 80 kilometers. So if we have a look at the map, we've got a suborbital flight here where 80 kilometers is our top point. So now we're pretty close to space. I'm going to throttle up. Yeah, we're actually in space, so I'm going to throttle up. We're going to go sideways. Use a lot of this fuel. We actually really want to use some of the first stage to get us to the moon, really, because I want to keep as much fuel in the second stage as possible. And then we'll get a maneuver node in. We'll see if we can fling this vessel over there. A crew of pirates and raiders check their flintlocks and sharpen their cutlasses. And they disembark for Blackheart Island. The poisonous fog sends half the crew to Davy Jones's locker, and the rest escape with a handful of plunder. So some people won, some people lost. So Graben Egg won some hellish points there. Right, we're still pushing this out. It's taking its time. I don't think we came up at a particularly good angle. Let's try and keep us going nicely. Sixer and Lexi looking good in that habitation module there. And we're about to make orbit, so that's pretty good. Orbit with the first stage. We're looking at the periapsis. There's the camera wobble to change to an orbit. And that is orbit, and we've got a tiny bit of fuel left. Is the habitation module, or is it just a crew cabin? It's a crew cabin. You can call it a habitation module, I suppose. But it's just a crew cabin. There's no control that can be done from there. This is all autonomous, so to speak. We're doing it. Right then. So we're in space. We've got an orbit. And now we need to find the moon. There it is. And we need to get ourselves ready to go there. So we're going to add a maneuver node and push it out. Now with this maneuver we can't really get a good idea of the burn time. So that's an intersect there. Looks like it'll fling us off, but we'll do an adjustment halfway. It says the burn is going to take 50 seconds, but that is with like stage 1. So I don't know whether to trust that. So let's now warp the craft forward. Might need to move the joystick cam. Yeah, when I've got a maneuver node, the ball thing seems to move and the camera's a bit weird. Let's do that then. Hang on a second. There, I think, should be better. Okay, we'll give that a go. See if we need to do some tweaking later. Right then, so we're coming up to the maneuver node. So we need to do two things. We need to kind of get an idea of when we need to start our acceleration. And the other thing is we need to actually get the craft facing the right way. So, give it a little pulse and turn SAS off. Just to allow it to spin naturally the right way. Put chat on the top layer. Yes, that will work. I will put chat on the top layer. There you go. Oh, we've gone past it now. Right, here we go. So according to this, we're going to reach the maneuver node in just a few seconds. Oh, SAS. Turn SAS back on. Just the tiniest bit of engine there to just try and get us back to where we need to be on that blue node. There we go. Right. Now it reckons our burn time is 48 seconds. I don't quite trust that. I'm going to start the burn at T-20. So here we go. 3, 2, 1 and burn. We'll see if it works. And we'll see if the vehicle separates properly as well. Okay, so there we go, and stage. Oh, we had that problem again. Really should have thought of that. So, what happened there is the rocket and the nose cone smashed the separator, the stack decoupler. But don't worry, that's fine. Our rocket is okay. If anything, it got the nose cone out of the way. Right. So we get ready to cut the power. And let's cut it there. Let's have a look, see what the situation is. Okay, so we have got an intersect with the moon. Let's take that maneuver node off. All sorts of weird things going on in the sky here now, isn't there? Hey? And in that case, let's just fast forward time a little bit. Did I get rid of the maneuver node? I didn't. There we go. Now I've got rid of the maneuver node. So the idea now is, there we go. There's some debris. There's one of them will be the nose cone and one of them will be the first stage. We've got well over half the fuel now. And just about halfway through this time warp, I'm going to add a maneuver node here. And we'll look at the moon. And you can see we're actually going to pass on the wrong side of the moon. Ah. Okay, what can I do about that? Well, it's a little bit low. So let's try and raise it. What about... Whoa, there we go. Let's try and get it so we pass on the correct side. So we're actually going round in the same direction. Now, we're looking at this purple dotted line around the moon. We're just making some adjustments to make it nice and even. That's not even enough. We're also tilting up a little bit, so... No, I don't think we're going to be easily able to sort that out. But that looks good to me. So we've got a 2-second burn to make now. And because we've got reaction control wheels in here, this should be easy to turn the craft around. So I'll even do it with my left hand. SAS is off though. Don't know why SAS was off again. Space junk friendly. Don't worry, space junk's not a problem. We can have a program to clean that up afterwards. There we go. So we're just going to do a 2-second burn now. It's about 30 meters of delta V, which is quite a small amount. And there we go. We've done a burn. So in theory, if we look at our moon pass, you can see that we're actually getting close. We've gone a little bit too far, actually, if anything. So let's just prograde ourselves and get ourselves a little tiny... Just a little tiny burn into there. Brilliant! Okay, so that's that manoeuvre sorted now. We did do the manoeuvre slightly early, though. We did. It's fine. We don't need to worry about that. What we can do now, though, is warp. So there we go. We're coming into the sphere of influence of the moon. There is one of them, and there are the other two. Let's see what's going on here. Do we have control of the aircraft? We do, but the signal's low. Okay, what about... Where's the antenna gone? There it is. Let's extend the antenna. Does that make any difference? Yes, it does. We can transmit science and everything. Fantastic. So there's the moon. Yeah, it's a bit beyond being an aircraft. It's a bit beyond. And I guess we should really just put it in a retrograde maneuver around the moon. Let's warp to here. I've just noticed that Moon SciSat 1 is going round the moon in the opposite direction to Eagle 1. And we've actually got two Eagle 1s now. So we've got Eagle 1 crewed and Eagle 1 uncrewed, but the other way round, which is a bit weird. Right then, let's put a maneuver node here and just retrograde burn to bring this orbit down. It's going to tell us a few things. It's going to tell us that we need a 17-second burn, which is fine. So that means we can wait until... 5, 6, 7, about 8 seconds before the actual time. Okay, and I guess we could try and even out and do the rendezvous, but we'll see. I did put it in a counter rotation. It's a bit weird. Okay, and it is 9 o'clock soon, so we're going to have the Viewer Plus points coming in for all the Viewer Plus subscribers. Remember, the Viewer Plus subscribers is what keeps this channel going. So thank you very much to ALM and everybody else who supports Master Hellish and the whole project with Viewer Plus. So it's cheaper than a Twitch sub. It supports me directly with no middleman. You get some extra benefits, and payment is securely done with PayPal. So do consider supporting the channel. We do need everybody, well, not everybody, but we need a number of people to jump on board with that and help out. Okay, so we are 2 minutes away from the node. It's right here in front of us. And I am just going to do a retrograde burn because I'm a little bit lazy. And then I think it's about 8 seconds to go. We're going to just max power the engine and everything should probably be fine. So here we go. And go. There we go. It's only a short burn, so everything will be alright, hopefully. And this is the unit that I'm going to try and land on the moon itself. There we go. So, we now have 2 vessels in orbit of the moon. And we have to try and rendezvous them. Now for a start, their orbits are a bit wonky, so what we'll do is we will warp to where the orbit wonk crosses over, and then we'll de-wonk it. I know that's a technical term. Oh, what? No, I did not mean to do that. I accidentally hit space. Oh no. No, not RIP mission. Just means we can't land this on the moon afterwards. Why is there even a stage? It was so that we could bring them back to Kerbin if we needed to. Right. This is now yes, this is now a satellite. The only problem is it hasn't got power and it hasn't got comm signals. But we can still do this because we can do the alignment with the other craft. Yes, we can use the other one. So, that hopefully I don't mess this up. So, we go into map mode with this craft. And we're going to have to match the other one. So, I guess we set that as a target. We want to warp over here. The only problem is that I hope we're going to have enough fuel to get them back. Otherwise, we're going to need another rescue ship. But we'll see. Right, what's going on? Well, that time warp was terrible. I'm trying to match the inclination of this orbit and it's not working. Okay, let's go around the other way. So it looks like the orbits cross over here. Let's warp to there. We might still be able to do this. It's just we're not going to have a science vessel on the moon for free, so to speak. Okay. So we need to get ready to tilt this. I guess we're going to hit the normal node and just see what happens. And what happens if I give it a blast? Oh, that's good. Okay. Right, so the first thing is that the orbits are like this. They're not all parallel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a burn that will bring one orbit in a line with the other. Then we'll try and catch up the craft and hopefully have enough fuel to get back. Otherwise, we're going to have to send another one. Yeah, we'll just have a load of rockets flying around the moon. Okay, let's warp there. And we're just going to do this bit by eye. So, here we go. We don't want to use too much fuel, so we want to get this right straight away. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the orbits are now at least in alignment. Now, we are currently behind our target. So what we need to do is a retrograde burn, which will allow us to skip under it and speed up. And catch up, I should say. So here we go, a little retrograde burn now. And our orbit is now underneath our target. And I'm not going to do too many adjustments here. I'm going to just do it bit by bit, orbit by orbit. So we'll just fast forward for a little bit and I'll try not to accidentally stage this one. So after one orbit, we are 429 kilometers behind. Let's do one more orbit. After two orbits, we are 392 kilometers behind. I think. So maybe we want to give it another pulse to catch up quicker. We are catching up though. 327 behind. Okay, let's give it another retrograde pulse. Oh, we lost control. Well, we've got no control over this vessel currently. We've got to wait until it peeks round the corner. Now we've got some control again. Okay. Okay, there we go. This one hasn't got an antenna, Jackamak. I don't think. This one was never intended to sit on the surface. This one just has the standard built-in jobby. So we can only control it when we're not on the dark side of the moon. So that's going to be interesting. Let's do another orbit. You can see we're really catching up now. Looks like we've got 191 intercept. One more orbit. Come on, here we go. Ooh, right, okay, we're going to have to be careful now. There we go. 105. Going to do another one. We're going to do one more. Hopefully I won't skip ahead. Can the Moonsat not relay it? The Moonsat is a science sat. I don't think it's a relay one. Oh no, we're going to end up ahead. We're going to end up ahead slightly. It's fine. We needed to adjust our orbit anyway. So how far apart are they now? 91 kilometers. Okay. Let's put ourselves prograde and see if we can get these guys almost perfectly close together. Oh, hang on. I haven't got any control here. We're going to have to wait a minute. Until... There we go. We've established a signal again. And prograde. Here we go. Here we go. We're looking for these two intercept markers to get close together. We've got an intersect. That's got a 31 separation. 18, 9. They're practically on top of each other. The only problem is I'm going to have to slow down. Oh, no. This is going to be difficult because we're not going to have control at the right point. But let's see. So here we go. What? I got it wrong. I got it very wrong. I must have misread the nodes. Let's go past that point again. Yeah, we're going to be behind by 96. That's ridiculous. Okay, let's... I think I do better at this when I'm doing it manually, but we haven't got the fuel to keep doing this wrong. Not sure about a rescue ship. Right. I think that should work. Let's try this. Catch up. No, it's not. Why is it not working? Am I looking at the wrong node? Okay, let's try and bring the other two nodes together. This is difficult because where I want to do the burns I can't, because I lose control. Okay, we're going to do the burn over here instead. Okay, so let's go to here. Oh dear, it's going to take... We are only using tiny bits of fuel though, right now. And you've got to remember, this not only got us to the moon, this fuel, but it also got us in orbit. So we just need to get out of orbit and hit the atmosphere of Kerbin on the way back. How far are we apart now? Well, I've just set it as the target, so hopefully that's going to actually make a difference now. So let's just go past this little node. There, okay. I'm looking at this intersect here now. So if I do a slight burn, it gets worse. Switch prograde. Vixen is now subscribed on YouTube. Thank you, Vixen. Here we go. Right, if I'm reading this right, we should have an almost perfect intersect next time round. Yes, I got it right this time. I got it right this time. Here we go. Right, out of map mode. There's our target. There's Eagle 1. That's got our crew on board. We need to get this over to them. So, let's check our fuels. We're good. So we got a 23 meters per second difference. Let's retrograde that difference first. Or most of it. Right, and now I'm going to point the aircraft at our target. Now, we haven't got a lot of fuel to do this, so we're just going to coast it. We're going to be as careful as we can. Which way are we looking here? Is that down? Right, okay. It's the vehicle is the wrong way round, but that's not my fault. Right, we're going to try and hit this in one shot. And I don't mean actually hit it. It would be terrible to crash into our Kerbals, but we'll try and get this as close as possible. Okay, here we go. So now we're going to do a little burn. 20 meters per second or so. Retrograde and just leave it. See how close we can get. And then we'll try and EVA stuff over. Any special settings? Okay, so we're on, I believe, normal difficulty, with the exception that once a Kerbal dies, it does not return. Just adds that bit of jeopardy in for us, doesn't it? What series is this? Is live series 2. So I've got a YouTube series 1, YouTube series 2, then live series 1, live series 2. Basically, I think the second YouTube series and this series are the best ones. So watch the live ones, and if you want some more, go watch it. We don't talk about live series 1, that's true. Didn't happen. This is taking quite a lot of time, this. How much time have we got? So we are naturally moving towards each other anyway. We've got an intersect here of less than half a kilometre. We've got sun for the solar panels. We've got Kerbin on our side, so we've got plenty of transmission. So I think we're going to be alright. The two crafts are naturally coming together. I don't know what I was doing wrong on the other side of the planet, and I think I was leaving it a bit late, but we're doing alright, I think. This intersect looks like it's good. The only question is whether we've got enough delta V to get back to Kerbin, and I can't remember how much it is. We've actually got, according to this, 1,000 meters per second, but we've also got to stop this craft from getting closer, otherwise potential kablamo, and we've got to then get out of the moon's sphere of influence in a way that gets us back to Kerbin fine. And if we can hit the atmosphere of Kerbin on the way back, then it doesn't matter. Could you eventually build an Eve-style space station? Or at least a small one? I don't see why not, in theory. Right, how are we doing? We are doing pretty good. We're nearly within a kilometre now. We are slightly ahead. But here we go, we're coming across. Let's retrograde burn soon, because we are facing slightly the wrong way. So let's sort that out. Okay, and now we need to face at target. Face at target. We're going to do a short burn so we don't have to go and get our Kerbals coming.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I'm concentrating right now. So there we go. We're just going to slowly burn towards this. About 5 meters per second, I think, because we're pretty close now. It'd be nice to get them within about 50 meters or so. And then we can do the transfer. We've still got a relatively good amount of fuel. I just can't remember how much it takes to get back. Okay, now the only problem is that once we go past this node here, past this point, the aircraft are going to... the rockets are going to naturally start separating again, because they came in like this, and then they're going to go out again. Or something along those lines, I think. Right, here we go. 300. We can pretty much see Sixer and Lexi in there. Nearly 200 meters away. We're not really that much on target, but we'll see. Yeah, we're going to be within, I think, 100 meters by the looks of this. So we're not within the 50 that I wanted. Or we could be. Somewhere in that region. I think maybe if we do one little tiny burn. Right, let's null out our velocity. Okay, 87. I think we should just do one little tiny burn. Very, very gentle one. Hopefully we don't crash. So,
fantastic.
Just like 1 meter a second or something. That's all I want. We can turn this vessel around as much as we like, because we've got plenty of electrical charge. I think we should be able to actually park it even closer than what I was hoping. I I think this last one is going to... No, we don't quite... No, we're not going to crash. We're not going to crash. Don't worry, folks. So we're within the 50 that I wanted. I just really hope that we can transfer these two Kerbals from one craft to the other. Okay, here we go. We're getting pretty close now. And we're still getting closer. I think that will do, though. 3, 2, tiniest. There we go. Right, we're pretty much stationary now. Just going to turn it round so that the door is facing the right way. Whoa, steady now. Okay, let's see if we can transfer the crew. So here we go. We've got Sixer and Lexi in here. Sixer has EVA'd before. So let's see if... activator hatch. Okay, crew hatch. Sixer, EVA. Okay, RCS. Oh, I've got the wrong controls for that. So here we go. Looks like that's floating away now. Not sure why or how, but I think Sixer actually crashed into it a little bit. Okay, let's get in here quickly, if we can. Why can't I grab that? Am I just not close enough? Be bored. Right, we got Sixer in. Swap aircraft. Let's try this one. Lexi, get out of here, quick. This is floating away. Crew hatch. EVA. Right. Activate your pack. Come on, Lexi, we can do this.
Fantastic.
Okay, let's check the... Yep, that has completed the contract, so we just have to get them back safely now. Okay, I've just set it as target to help me. We need to go down a bit. Yep, there we go. Forward a bit. Let's get ready. We don't want to go past it too quickly. Whoa. Okay. Here we go. Here we go, folks. Let's see if we can actually get these two in this vessel. Whoa, no. Oh, bonk. What are we doing in RCS? We've got plenty of EVA monopropellant. Come on, board. We need the B for board. Board. Yes, we got them. We got them. Right, let's try and get Eagle 1 home.
Fantastic.
Fantastic indeed. Thank you very much, Egg. There's actually a new Kerbal one. I can't remember what it is here. Add maneuver node. Prograde out. Right, let's see what this burn says. I think we're going to be alright, you know.
Well, it's hardly rocket science, is it? Oh yeah, it is rocket science.
Oh yeah, it is rocket science. We want to try and get as close to Kerbal as possible. What's that periapsis there? There's so much on screen now. Okay, that is an altitude of 40 something. I think that's going to do it. Right, we'll do that. We'll do that maneuver. The idea here is we're going to burn for 15 seconds and hopefully everything will be fine. So we'll warp to there. And I believe we're going to be... Why are we not... Why have I not got attitude control? Is it because I'm fast forwarding? What's going on? Why have I not got... I can control the vessel. Oh, target. Orbit. There we go. So we want to be probably prograde, I think. Yep, there we go, prograde. Oh, okay, so hopefully we can get these guys home. So according to the maneuver node, we need to burn for about 15 seconds. I'm just going to burn on the prograde. I'm not going to burn on the exact maneuver because we're only using the maneuver to kind of gauge the burn, not for an exact course. We'll do the exact course once we've left the moon's sphere of influence. Okay, so we've got 2 minutes. Let's speed up. And we want to leave it until about 8 seconds again. I don't know what it is with this in about 8 seconds. But if we can get these two back in this ship, we would have done everything that we initially set out to do. The extra objective of getting one of these spare vessels down to the lunar surface would not have happened. Okay, this is going to get us very close to Kerbin, this is. We've left the moon. There we go. That should get us a good way from where we need to be. Right then, so let's have a look. Where are we going? This is our escape trajectory. So we can actually just warp there. Bye-bye, moon. We did our transfer. We did everything that we needed to. We're going to continue our warp. And hopefully we don't actually encounter the moon again. No, we don't. We're going to miss the moon. Brilliant. So what is our periapsis? 12. Okay, so at the minute... Oh, no, hang on. 5 million. Okay, so we need to bring that in. So if we do a retrograde burn and try and get that at 60 kilometers...
Things don't go wrong. They just get interesting.
They just get interesting, folks. That's right. Thank you very much for the redeem. There we go. We've still got a good amount of fuel. I always thought that we should have been okay here. Now I'm looking at this periapsis number in the bottom left hand corner. It's at 200 kilometers. I want it to be at 60. The bare minimum of 60 will mean that we will eventually land. It will just take us a few orbits to do it. So there's 60. So we've got 12 million meters versus 60 kilometers or 60,000 meters. So now that's it. We're done. We're just going to come back in on this trajectory. We're going to keep it retrograde, and then when we get down into the atmosphere of Kerbin, we will expend the rest of our fuel to try and bring our propolis back to where it needs to be. So here we go. We're just going to be... Hopefully we don't crash into a satellite. I can't really foresee that happening. So these two have gone out in one vessel and they've come back in another. So hopefully we'll be alright. Let's give the vessel a chance to turn around and put its bum into the wind. There we go. Hellish, will you try building a plane? We have already built a plane in this season so far, so if you want to go and check my videos out, you could go to my website. If you go to my website and you can go to Hellish Places, you can check that out because there is a playlist on there. But we will be doing planes a little bit more later as well. So let's keep going until we get a bit closer to the surface. We should be just dipping into that atmosphere. Here we go. We're just starting our dip into the atmosphere. And as we're starting our dip into the atmosphere, I'm going to retrograde and expend the rest of the fuel. 9 million, 6 million, 5 million meters. 4 million meters is the map of that happening. You can see that's coming in now. 2 million. And really, we just want it to be as small as possible because then it's going to take us less orbits to actually get back down to the surface. But we're about to run out of fuel at, well, 500,000. So that's not great. It's going to take us quite a few orbits to drag ourselves through the atmosphere enough to bring this thing back, I think. But it's possible. You know, these guys are going to be fine. I mean, what we could probably do... Hellish, will you build a space shuttle or SpaceX replica? Probably not. I did try and do some kind of... like... efficient kind of returning of first stages, but it was a little bit beyond our tech level at the time. So there we go. I'm actually just putting this vessel sideways at the moment to see if it slows us down anymore. So we're already at 473, which is nice, and we're actually less than 60 kilometers now. I'm not sure, but these bits here appear to be experiencing some sort of heating issues, so we will turn ourselves retrograde again. And there we go. We don't really need the joystick now, so we'll go back to this mode. We have got electrical charge. We've got control. That's all good. We could stage, but I want to keep the solar panels as long as possible. So now we've come back out of atmosphere, and we're actually just going to fly around, ready for the next one. So now that we're out of atmosphere, on this loop we managed to get it down to 443 kilometers. 443 kilometers. So we're actually with a load of space junk and satellites at the moment going around the planet. Back into atmosphere, scooting along. Our lowest point at the minute is 55 kilometers, which is fine. That's a good lowest point, I feel. Okay, what we're going down? 443 is already down to 439. I think this is going to take us probably 4 or 5 orbits at this rate. Just leave that on screen there. And have a little drink while it's coming around. Excuse me. Hellish, will you try building a rocket with the most amount of fuel? I'm not sure what you would say would just be the most amount of fuel. If you're out of fuel, you should eject the engine in front of you to try and slow it down a little bit. You're right, that will slow it down ever so slightly. But I'm not ready to do that yet because the engine's got our solar panels. So where are we now? We are currently back in space, and we got it down to 414. Now remember, every time that this goes down, it's going to then probably be down more the next time, I think. So let's just time warp round again. Yeah, we're not going to crash into said engine. I'm almost certain of it. This will probably be fine. So 414 on this loop we're going throughout, and we're still at 55 kilometers on the other side. So you can see we're just going to keep going round, and then we'll bring them back, and then everything will be fine. So in Eagle 1 we've got Sixer and Lexi. I suppose the other one going around now, I mean, it is a controllable probe, but it hasn't got solar panels, so eventually it's just going to run out of power, and we'll have to ditch it. We'll just have to get rid of it. But once these guys are safely down to the surface, we're just going to get rid of everything that isn't a com or a SciSat anyway, because we've got some comsats. What we need is comsats round the moon, potentially. That's probably what we need, so that we have, like in a highly elliptical orbit, or maybe in a polar orbit around the moon, but like really far away from the moon itself. Yeah, should we put a comsat around the moon? I think it's probably a good idea. Okay, we got it down to 385 that time. God, this is a long mission. They're spending nearly the same amount of time going around Kerbin as it took to get to the moon and back. So it's fine though. Electrical charge and everything's all good. If Hellish had a rocket with tons of fuel, he could go to the end of space and back. He should just fill the current rocket with parachutes. Yeah, define the end of space. There's not a lot of that I really understand, so I'm a little bit confused. I do want to do a there is no Mars here. There's a Minmus and some other planets. So here is Minmus. Minmus is a moon. If we go out a little bit further, we've got Eve and Moho. Juna. Juna is a Mars-like planet. Deris, I think it is. Jewel. I went to Jewel once. And then Elu. And that's as far out as I can zoom in Kerbal Space Program. And that's as far in as we can zoom, I think. Okay, so how are we doing? 356. God, this is a bit of a slow wait, isn't it? Would have been nice to have a little bit more propellant, but never mind. I think if we hadn't have had to use this craft to do the maneuvers to Rendezvous, we would have been alright. But never mind. Also, the lower that our Acropolis comes down, the longer we are in atmosphere. Where's the train depot? There's no train depot yet. Although I did build a train in Kerbal Space Program. There is a video. Acropolis. No, not Acropolis. Apropolis. APOAPSIS. Apropis. I don't know. Okay, we're down to 332 at the moment. Is that my train? Are you out of fuel and stuck in orbit? No. We're out of fuel and not stuck in orbit because our periapsis is within the atmosphere. So every time we go round this side of the planet, the atmosphere slows us down a little bit more and it brings us closer and closer. It's a nice little trick to do. We're stuck in a degrading orbit, yes. I wouldn't say stuck in a degrading orbit. I would say we're currently in a degrading orbit. But overall, we're doing all right. The mission didn't go exactly to plan because I accidentally pressed space at the wrong time. But we have managed to complete all the objectives and the basic principle is good. You can't get out of a degrading orbit if you wanted to, therefore stuck. Okay, I see what you're saying. I would normally use the word stuck, like if you're in space and you're stuck in space. But yes, you're right, we are stuck in this degrading orbit. Eventually this orbit will mean that we will end up on the planet's surface. And we need to be careful about when that is, because when it is that time, we need to then start using the ablator and jettison the second stage. Until it completely degrades, and then once it's completely degraded, you're no longer in that degraded orbit. Although I think we're doing quite well because I think we're chasing the degradation now. No, we're coming back out of it again. Okay, so we're going to need a couple more orbits. I can hear the music changing to the space music, so there we go. But we're only at 297 meters now, and like I said, every time that we come in and do a pass, we're getting closer, and we're also coming through for longer. It reminds you of the first and only time you got to orbit. You can get to orbit. There's no reason why people can't get to orbit. A little bit of know-how and a little bit of practice, and you can do it. You can do it. You know what else you can do? You could subscribe to Viewer Plus. Viewer Plus helps out my channel. In fact, it's the reason why it keeps going. Thank you very much to Astron, our latest sub, and to DJ Empirical and Wizard Brandon. We need more subscribers to be able to keep this channel going and pay for the bills, so to speak. So please consider subscribing and supporting us. The links are all on my website with all the details, all the benefits, and how you can help. But here we go. Let's see how we're getting on. So we're just hurtling through the atmosphere here. They're inside this tube. Hopefully we can bring the tube back safely. We've got the parachutes labelled the right way round. Yes, we have. It's always good when the parachute's the right way round. There's one thing with this one, though. We are guaranteed to enter at a really low inclination the way you're coming in, which is a very safe way to do it if you've got an ablator. Okay, here we go. Here's the fast bit. Zipping round the large part of the orbit. We're not that far out now. 267. I think my estimation of 4 orbits was wildly optimistic. Can someone please explain why he's doing a British accent? This is my accent. This is how I talk. These are my words. If you want me to do a different accent or to talk a different way, then tough. This is how it is. Oh my goodness. This is a little bit daunting. This is a little bit daunting. How we're doing on the map? It is actually starting to move around, which is good. When it starts to move, that means that you're really bringing in you're really getting the drag going on it. 245. Oh, well, we're not getting in this time. How many more do you think we're going to get? You still... What? You still don't get it? Why are you doing a British accent? I'm not... I am British. This is my accent. What are you talking about? I'm a little bit confused. Either you're... Or I don't know. I live in Britain. I'm from the UK. I'm not doing an accent. This is my voice. So either you're trying to be funny and we're not... We're just confused. Or you are genuinely confused. So somewhere here, somebody is confused. You love this accent. Well, thank you very much. It's the best accent in the world. I don't know about that. There's some pretty good accents out there. Right then, how are we getting on? 235. Yeah, we're going to need a few more passes yet. Sorry, Sixer and Lexi. What is the Kerbals accent? I don't know what the Kerbals accents are. I don't know how they talk. I'd love to know how they talked. I don't ever... I think they make... They do make noises, though, don't they? They make noises when they... when you go into, like, the different buildings in the areas, and they kind of go... like that. They have that. I don't know whether you can call that an accent. That's more of a completely different language. Villager sounds is the best language. Oh, I love the villager sounds. I managed to get my daughter doing the villager sounds. She's funny. Yeah. What are the villager sounds like? Are we talking like the actual villager sounds or the ones from Element Animation? Because that is two different things. Because obviously the villager sounds is like but then the ones from Element Animation are more like hello and like I'm a helicopter. I do much prefer. I like both. Right, we're at 206. I think we're coming back out the atmosphere now. Nope, we're still in atmosphere at the moment. I really wish that I hadn't have accidentally separated those two modules, because otherwise we'd have got down to the surface a lot quicker. We've been orbiting now for about 5 days. Just going round and round and round. You're getting dizzy, poor guys. Has anybody been counting how many times we've been round this planet? You spin me right round the planet. Many times. Many times is the correct answer, Brandon. 1 point for Brandon. Okay, how we doing? We've got 200 kilometers. Just go straight down for a bit. We can't go anywhere. We ran out of fuel. This is the way to do it. Can't you just launch the Kerbals into the planet? They would still be carrying on in the same movement as the craft. Like, I could use the RCA. What I could do is I could get a Kerbal out and push. I could use the RCS on the Kerbal to push, so I could probably get him out, fly around to the engine, line it up just right, and just push. But that sounds a bit dangerous. It's like, it's not you break down on the highway, you can get out your car and give it a shove. That's fine. Do Kerbals not eat? I think it's assumed that they bring enough supplies with them for many, many days, or even years. This is taking its time. That's because I didn't fast forward it. Okay, so we're now at 200 kilometers up. That needs to be less than 70 for us to be on our final. They photosynthesize. Maybe. I mean, they are green after all, Brandon, so maybe they just need sunlight. That is an interesting thought. It does look like they're on a Disney ride. They look like they're on something. But we have shaved off around 40 kilometers with this pass. So I think we may only have like 2 passes left. Grave's going to get going now? Okay. No, we won't be still orbiting in a couple of hours. We will be doing another mission, having a look what's going to mission control. So thank you very much. Bye for now. Yeah, I could do with a biscuit. I do have some sweets. Shall I get some marshmallows? I'm going to get some marshmallows. Can't quite... Oh, I can reach them. I promised my daughter I wouldn't eat them all. Hellish food reviews. I haven't done food reviews. I've done Hellish in the Kitchen, which is not really food reviews, but it is foodie. Right, we got down to 165, so yeah, we lost 35 kilometers on that last orbit. So in theory, we've only got 3 more orbits, and then everything is, like, done. I thought maybe it might be 2, but I think that was optimistic. Plus, every time we go through, our periapsis is dropping as well. We're at 53 kilometers now. I think we started at 55. So here we go. We're going in again. Hellish, what happened to your beer candy bar and grabbing your extension card? That was, I think, I did that for as a one-off live stream intro, and then I used it a couple of times more. I don't know even if I have the files anymore. But if I did another intro, it would be a little bit different to that one, because I no longer have to lay an Ethernet cable up the stairs when I want to live stream. Thank goodness. Because I'm no longer upstairs. That was a completely different house. 155 we just went through there, so that's pretty good. We're not even at the periapsis yet. In the house that I live in now, the internet is here. It's like beneath my desk is right there. So I connect not directly into it. I don't connect directly into the router. I've got a unmanaged switch, and that allows me to then connect in. It's only a small one. It's a 8-port gigabit unmanaged switch. Alright, what are we at? 54 kilometers. Sixer doesn't look too happy. In fact, neither Sixer nor Lexi really looks happy about this situation. They've now been orbiting Kerbin for about 5 days, going round and around and around. Kerbit. Well, hopefully we can get these guys back into space soon. Bring them round. I'd love to do a bit of flying with the aircraft that we made. The what do you call it? The aeroplane. I'd love to be able to unlock some more stuff. I'd love to have lots more money, but we'll see how the contracts go. Because really, contracts are probably the best way to go in this. Right, we're back in space. And what are we now? 120. Okay, and our periapsis is 51. So I think, is this gonna be our last one? This might be our last one. 120 from 250. That's a, yeah, we might need one more loop. I'm not sure we will. You see down here in the bottom left hand corner, that's the highest point in the orbit, where it's 119 kilometers at the moment. There we go. Oh dear. Gonna need a good sleep tonight. It's been a long day. And we haven't even finished the live stream yet. We've got the rest of the live stream to get through. Then I'm going to need a good sleep because I've got a lot of work on tomorrow again. Doing some training, learning some new things, which is always fun. I love learning new things. We're down to 110, so we've lost 9. I think. Jack Max says, I really hope the event this month goes well. Best thing planned for the month. Hey, look, we're starting to get some atmospheric effects now coming through. I think this is our final loop. Yep. This is almost certainly our final orbit now. Yep, we're coming in, folks. This is it. We've only just come to our periapsis, and and the other side of our orbit is now dipping out of space. So we are coming in on our final loop. You haven't slept for days. I advise you go to sleep. Looks like the solar panels are having problems. I think we're probably going to land in the dark. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. We're getting some heating issues on those solar panels. I really feel like we should eject that stage now. So let's slow down and get rid of the second stage. And actually, I'm going to do it on purpose this time. Whoa, no, not all the way. No, just retrograde, just retrograde. Okay, here we go. Okay, and pop. There we go. Here we go. The engines and the solar panels have gone now. The engine was pretty useless because there was no fuel in it. And all we've got now is our little probe core, our battery, reaction wheels, and the cabin with the parachute. So, ooh, why I didn't do that? camera just went a bit crazy then because it realised we was coming in on our final approach. So the ablator is looking good. All we've got to do is just watch and activate the parachutes at the right time, and everything will be fine. Yeah, getting the cable from behind the sofa on the viewers game. I'm lucky that I don't have to cable my computer in anymore. I think the reason why I stopped that is because I actually laid a cable like down the back of the sofa, round a door frame, up the staircase, across the landing, and then into the study where I was doing my live streams from. Okay, here we go, folks. We're coming in very hot. We're coming in 2.2 kilometers a second, and we're already only 45 kilometers up. Deceleration's going to start kicking in soon. We're only in the thinner parts of the atmosphere still, but our altitude is falling rapidly. Our ablator is burning. That's 2 kilometers a second sidewards we're going at the moment, and we're 30 kilometers up. G-forces are now at 2 Gs. Ablator at about 75%, I think. We've just gone up to 4 Gs. We've only got 16 kilometers before we're above the ground. We're going to slow down quickly here. There we go. There we go. Slowing down nicely. I'm going to tell drogue chutes to open. There we go. And as soon as those drogue chutes inflate, I will launch main chutes. There we go. Height above the surface is 2 kilometers. Here we go. We're doing good. So we're coming down now at 30 meters per second, but our main chutes haven't opened yet. So when they open, hopefully that's slow enough. Looks like we're actually going to come down on some hills. Whereabouts are we? Nobody knows. I just hope that we don't land on the hill and then roll all the way down it, pick up speed and kill the Kerbals. After spending about 5 days in orbit, that wouldn't be nice. Wouldn't be nice at all. But the main chutes have opened and we're coming down at about 5 meters per second. I was just about to reach my drink then, but I realised that my drink's gone. I've drunk it all. I'm not going to have any more drink. That's enough for me tonight. We're going to switch to stability assist, probably turn SAS off. Electrical charge is doing fine. Battery bank's looking good, and the probe itself is looking good. It's wiggling a little bit as it comes down. We've only got... yeah, we're coming right down on the side of this hill here. Oh dear, this could be bad. Okay, no, we came down lovely. Brilliant, congratulations Lexi and Sixer. No rolling. Open the service bay doors. Yeah, I don't know if that would have stopped it if it got a bit of momentum going, but yeah, it's a good idea. Run to the hills. No, we don't want to go to the hills. That craft was not designed to land on hills, but we didn't get a choice. So we get 2.7 science. That's all. Hardly any funds, and our crew back. But they gained 3 experience each, which is brilliant, which means they're probably pretty close to being a level 2 pilot.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. What? Jackamat just tipped? Thank you very much for the tip, Jackamat. Oh, here we go. Congrats on the mission, Hellish. Next donation from me will be for the charity. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Jackamak. It's much appreciated. There is a fantastic charity event coming up. I'm trying to remember if I've got a button that shows it. Don't know if I have. Let's try this. No, that didn't work. But what about this? There we go. So we're going to have a charity championship. It's going to be for the World Cancer Research Fund. Now, as of now, there are no donations because we haven't started the championship. The championship is going to be on Saturday, and it's going to start from midday UK time, so 11 o'clock UTC. And people that are watching in the chat will be able to just join us, get involved, earn points, and at the end of the live stream, those points will mean that we will declare a champion, and that champion will win a prize. We'll also have giveaways, and of course it'll be just good fun to watch if you don't want to take part. So then, folks, here we go. We got back and we got a load of money from that. So if we have a look at the notifications, we got 76,000 for that one, 24, 15, 16 there, 57 there, 76 there, 137 for exploring the moon on that contract. That's absolutely brilliant. We've got over $1 million in the bank. Fantastic. And the research and development department, we've got 94, so we could actually unlock another one of these, and I think it's been waiting for a while now. We really probably should unlock. Yeah, I think we should unlock the aerodynamics. We could do land. Oh no, what about landing? Landing would be a good one because you get the small landing gear, and that is so much better. RCS. Oh, we're gonna need a lot of these. What unlocks the labs? Good question, Brandon. Let's have a look down here. Where's the lab? I could have sworn it was somewhere. What's that? That's a science experiment. That is. So we probably want to go to science tech there. There's the mobile processing lab here. Advanced exploration. So you need exploration, space exploration to do that. And we don't there's nothing in there that we really need right now. The other thing we could do is propulsion systems. But again, that doesn't give us anything critical, and we can't afford heavier rocketry. Do we save our science and buy heavier rocketry next? I guess we should just save our science until we want to get something in particular, and then use our science for that. Okay, let's have a look at mission control. We've got no active missions, so let's have a look. What's this? Rescue somebody from orbit of Kerbin? It's a rescue mission, folks. I feel like we should definitely do that. Oh, but we also need to test a decoupler at launch site. Yeah, we'll take that, because that's going to be like $5,000. And we need to, yeah, we definitely need to rescue this Kerbin. Oh, there's 2 people to rescue. Ooh. Not too much money for a rescue. No, it's not. But you get the Kerbal. We've also got to explore the moon now. So land on the moon, walk on the surface, and return to Kerbin. That's probably next time. We'll land on the moon next time. So we got one, and we plant a flag on moon as well. We'd have to look at doing that. So we've got 2 different rescue missions here. Let's go to the tracking station. Yeah, you get the Kerbal from the rescue. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Comsat 1, Comsat 2, they're fine. SciSat 1, Moon SciSat, again, fine. TR7, so all of this debris, we can get rid of all of that. So, terminate. Terminate, we've got no Kerbals. Terminate, we don't need any of this rubbish that we left lying around. We'll send the cleanup teams later to do all this. But for now, we're just going to terminate everything. All of these bits of debris and pods are all the... There was one failed, and then all the bits from the mission. There we go. That's better now, isn't it? We haven't got too much stuff lying around all over the place. One thing we do need to do, though, is raise the orbits of the comsats. So can I fly Comsat 1? Here we go. So our periapsis is 100 and the Acropolis is 200. So if we warp to there, hopefully we can push the periapsis out to the point which makes it match up with the orbits. Now these ones are older probes, so I've got to do it manually, which is not fun, but never mind. Let's just check what we're like. We've got loads of fuel and oxidizer on this. Let's turn the engine on. And we want, what was it? Hang on, where's it gone? There we go. So our periapsis is low at the moment. We want to raise it. So if we just turn the aircraft slightly, or the rocket I should say. There we go. We'll just do a slight burn here. We should get to raise that up to about 200. Whoa! Wrong way. Let's level it out a bit. Is that right? Oh no, going the wrong way. Going the wrong way. Whoa! We've got loads of fuel in these, so I don't need to worry about it. There we go. So we're just going to swing the orbit round until it's even-ish. And then I guess we need to go retrograde now. Just... No, we can't go retrograde. That's it. That's it. That's the orbit done. So that's pushed that satellite out now. It's 216, 200. Oh, I suppose we could go retrograde actually. Try and get it 200, 200. Oh, nearly. Oh, I did. I managed to get it 200, 200. Brilliant. So what we're doing is we're just raising the orbits of these satellites just because we tend to do a lot of things in the 70 to 100 margin, and they were orbiting at 100. So now we're going to make them orbit at 200. That has two reasons. One, it pulls them away from the planet, just like I said, but then also it gives them a better spread on their actual communications. So let's fly the other satellite and get that into an orbit that is appropriate. So where are we at the moment? Periapsis. So we need to wait until we're over here. Let's warp round there. Is that Comsat 1 right behind me now? It is. Never mind. Oh, hang on a minute. If I keep it like this, Comsat 1's gonna lag behind a little. Yeah, we need to separate the satellites. So I'm just gonna warp it round again. So we're gonna do a couple of laps so that Comsat 1 falls behind Comsat 2 and they're on opposite sides of the planet. Maybe we do one more? Or we boost 50? I'm going to say we boost 50. So let's prograde ourselves. I didn't turn the engine off on the other Comsat, did I? Activate the engine. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that I didn't turn it off. Careful. There we go, that'll do. And I think that should just about space these satellites about right. course, we've got the science satellite going around the top. We need to keep an eye out for missions that are just like, oh, do some science. One more. We're going to go for another orbit. Maybe I shouldn't have adjusted that one, but it's little bit by little bit. That's what we're doing right now. Just trying to get these two communication satellites on the opposite sides of the planet, just so that we're spreading out the communications a little bit more. It may be that we put some more in later on, but to be honest, that is pretty close. Comsat 1 just past the other side there, and I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do one more. Just because I think it will work really well. Marcus, if you're watching, thank you very much for subscribing on YouTube. If people really enjoy my content, then maybe you should consider subscribing to the Viewer Plus program. Keeps the channel going. Okay. Yeah, this is much better. This is much better. Look, Comsat 1 is just passing that point there. So we're evening out. Evening out? Evening? I don't know. You notice I get darker as I go further back? It's the way I've got my lighting set up so that it doesn't light my background up. I almost disappear into it. And then, hey, hello. Right then. What am I doing? Right, here we go. Prograde. And burn. Okay, good. Just even things out a little bit. That's the wrong way, I think. There we go. We've got plenty of fuel for me to get this right. So I actually need a retrograde burn now. Just a little bit. There we go, 200, 200. So we've got two satellites almost on exactly opposite sides of the planets in a 200 orbit. Fantastic. Well done, Comsat 2. Comsat 2. Got to remember it's Comsat 2. Okay, so we picked up a mission to do something on the launch pad. I can't remember what it was. Do you still play OpenTTD? Yes. Yes. There's videos coming out on my channel every week. Check out my schedule. masterhellish.net. It's on there. Right then. What are we doing? Contract. Here we go. So we need to test a decoupler at Kerbin on launch site. Okay. Let's put that there. Let's put a decoupler. Which decoupler is it? The 1.5? Which is the 1.5? I'm a little bit confused. 1.5. Oh, hang on. That must be the width. Is it that one? It just says TD12.
This'll probably work.
This will probably work. It probably will work. You know, everything's fine. You would hope that the decoupler that in question would have a little mark next to it so you can see which one is part of the contract. It's definitely a decoupler. I'll tell you what we'll do. There we go. Come on, Sixer. Let's fire all the decouplers. Should we fire them all at the same time? Oh, yeah. Yes, we're definitely going to do that. Right, here we go. This is for you, Giacomo. Thanks for the donation. Rather uneventful, but we did complete the mission. Okay. Just do as many little missions as possible at the moment. Right, okay, so we've got 2 rescue missions. So if we go to the tracking centre, I think we should be able to see the rescue missions. EVAs. Everything's turned on. Do we not get to see the orbits of rescue missions? No, doesn't look like it. Oh, hang on. Contracts. Hmm? The contract's still there. What happened? What happened? Why have we still got that contract? Hey? What did I miss? Oh, hang on. I have to test it rather than activate it, don't I? Bet that's it. Yeah, probably. I staged it rather than testing. It's 2 different things. Right. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. That's not it either. Test the decoupler. Well, maybe it's none of these decouplers then. Decouple. 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 That one's shot off. Decouple. It's none of these decouplers. That one's floating. How strange. What? What? What's going on? Yeah, you can launch rockets in space using decouplers. It's ridiculous. But you can. Test size 1.5 decoupler. Launch site. Decouplers. Couplings. There it is. I put the wrong parts on. There we go. So, contract. Didn't work. What does he mean? What? That's a bit weird. Oh, hang on. Activate the part through staging sequence when all test conditions are met. Alright, let's try again. Stage. I'll press the stage button this time. Ready? Yes. So you can't just right click and activate, you have to actually stage it. Who'd have thought it? Right then, we're going to do one of these rescue missions and I'm going to let the chat decide who we're going to rescue. Are we going to rescue Shelflirt? Or are we going to rescue... Where's the other rescue mission gone? Oh, Magwin. Magwin or Shelflirt? Let's see. We've got one person saying Magwin. Cheers, Brandon. Whichever is worth more. Ooh, okay. Magwin, I think, is worth more. Yeah, okay, so that's 2 votes for Magwin. Let's do that then. Let's find out where Magwin is. Please be not a ridiculous orbit. Oh. There we go. Magwin is in orbit. Magwin is in a 7783 orbit. There's nothing wrong with that orbit, actually. That's not a bad orbit. So we'll do that both at the same time. No, because they'll be too far apart to do it efficiently. So we're not going to do both at the same time. Right, so what do we need to rescue someone? You know what we need? We need the Eagle 1, but without the 2 extra boosters. We only need it with 2. And that's the return section. There's the nozzle that we always break. I'm going to move the solar panels to here and the communication array to there. Might not survive re-entry, but yes. This is the new Eagle 1. Let's just check the staging. So all of that goes off. Then we split the side off. Eject the top. Eject the bottom. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to change it so that the engine doesn't ignite right straight away, so we don't blow up that decoupler. And we're not going to have anybody on board because we're going to be bringing back our crew member. There we go, folks. We're ready. We're ready to go out and see what we can do. Right then. So the launch time will depend on when Magwin is going to be coming over the Space Center. We don't have any other options. By the way, folks, Magwin will be getting renamed. We will choose one of the Viewer Plus subscribers to do it, and I'll do it between streams. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait until Magwin is about here over the desert, and then we're going to launch. So let's fast forward a little bit. And there, right over that gulf. I think we'll be launching a little bit early, but I think I'd rather launch a little bit early than late. Right, here we go then, folks. Throttle to maximum, SAS on. Final checks. We've got fuel and everything looking good. We're in fly mode, so we're launching in 3, 2, 1. Up we go. I did forget to adjust the throttle on the solid boosters. Nuts. Never mind. It will still work. Thanks for the stream, Master Halish. I've been too much in the sun working today and I'm falling asleep. Have a great evening. Well, you look after yourself. Make sure you drink plenty, mate. And I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. Take care. So I'm going to throttle back just a little bit now. Not as much as we usually do. Oh no, I am going to start doing that now because we've only lost half the solid fuel. There we go. And what I might try and do is I might try and start turning us. Okay, let's do a little bit of a turn. There we go. Little bit of a turn there. And full throttle, drop the side boosters. Let's get that turn going a little bit better. Oh no, 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 no. Oh. overturned it, overcooked it there, folks, but we are pretty much back on target. Oh my goodness. What is this vehicle doing? It's all over the shop. It seems less stable than before. I can't hold it. It's going crazy. We're not going fast enough, probably. Okay, let's try and land it. We're going to try and land this. What we're going to do is we're going to use drogue chutes. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think I need to sort on my thruster weight. I think I think I do need to start. I do need to wait. So let's just put this craft in a retrograde. We're going to try and bringing the whole craft back down again, using only the engine and drogue chutes. So here we go. We're 9 kilometers up. We're going a bit too fast. I'm going to power the engine up. Try and slow us down. Activate drogue chutes. Give us a little bit of throttle on that engine. Getting ready to deploy main chutes. There's the drogues out. Main chutes are up. They're not deployed yet, but they'll be deploying now. That brings us down to 13 meters per second or so. Actually going to let it drop at that speed for a little while, and then we'll use the engine just to slow our final descent and recover all the parts. Yeah, the midpoint between safety and efficiency, yeah. So let's just fast forward a little. And there we go, we're 100. Wow, how many bits did that break into? Like the whole first stage got demolished. Is it okay? Well, the bottom fell off the second stage. Oh dear, we definitely entered the water a bit quick there. I think what happened was as soon as the engine hit the water, we no longer had the thrust from the engine keeping it up, so it dropped a little bit. All that fuel leaking. No, the fuel didn't leak. Like, let's recover all this debris. And we're going to go again, but we need to go into the vehicle assembly building. Because our thrust to weight ratio was just not right. It was too slow on the initial push. There we go, that should do it, I think. We're going to try and get it at about 5.5. What I should say 1.55. There we go. Right, let's save that. Try again. I don't think there's much more I could have done then on that descent. So, never mind. Right, okay, so we've missed our target, so we're going to have to fast forward until our target comes round again. And we are pretty much on the mark for giving it another go. Again, we're launching at night though, so never mind. So, SAS on, throttle to max. Everything else looks good, and this time we should shoot up a lot quicker than we did last time. In 3, 2, 1. That's better. That's much better. try and getting things going good. It'd be nice to actually say that, you know, this episode was titled, I think it was 0 losses, but we might actually end up with a gain. Throttling down, as we're still in the thick parts of the atmosphere, we're starting to going to create some really serious drag effects on us. We're still accelerating though. Solid fuel's nearly depleted, and powering that central engine back up, and jettison, and gently this time. No, it's the same again. What's going on? We didn't get enough speed up, I don't think. I don't think we got enough speed up. Was I too gentle on the throttle? Right. There's a gentle throttle for you. That's a gentle throttle back towards the ground. Okay, let's see what we can do to bring this back. It's not going to land on the space center, that's for sure. The last thing we want to do though is start going upwards, so we need to be careful about that. Although if I can actually deploy the parachutes as it's tipping over, that would be brilliant. Right, we need height above ground, not height above sea level. Here we go. I'm going to try and use the engine to bring it to a rest at just the right moment. Didn't work. Wow. The crew bit did survive, that's true. We'll just recover all those bits that are lying around. I mean, we got what we got here. Just like a wing. Just a wing. Counts as a vessel now. Recover. There we go. Maybe we should just give ourselves a little bit of extra control. And with the Eagle 1, instead of just having these tiny little wings on it, we should actually have some control surfaces. And that will mean that we have much better control of everything. I've been trying to avoid it, but to be honest, I don't want to keep wrecking rockets. I want to be able to fly a rocket. Right, let's have a look. What's the situation? So we've missed our mark again. So we need to fast forward again. And here we go. Again, to try another launch. But this time it can't go wrong, right? It can't go wrong. Probably can go wrong, to be honest. Here we go then. SAS on, throttle to max, 3, 2, 1. Up we go. I think I might leave the throttle on this time. This is definitely heavier than the probes that we were doing before, like ComSat 1. This is definitely heavier than ComSat 1. And that's probably why everything's changed. The ratios and the speeds and everything. Because the TR7 that this is based off was flying really nice. To get those communication satellites exactly where we needed them. Here we go. I haven't throttled down this time. I think what changed was the payload on the top and how heavy it was. Well, we're going up. I don't know whether we're going to get a good rendezvous to do the rescue mission, but we'll see. It never goes wrong, it just gets interesting, of course. I think it's just because the payload on the top changed, because we didn't have all of the kind of the crew module and the nose cone on it before. We just had like a little dome. Now we have the crew module and the nose cone. It changes the dynamics, it changes the load, the mass and everything else. Magwind's catching up with us. Yeah. You would have to assume, Brandon, that there's other space companies operating. They're just not labelled on the map. You only see your own space company. So, let's throttle down and just move over to our prograde marker. And that weird artifacting, can you guys see that? No, you can't. Only I can see it, I think. No, never mind. We need to boost this up because we need to be able to match the altitude of this orbit. Oh, you can see it. Okay, just I can't see it on my preview. There we go, that's pretty close. And we haven't even got to the second stage yet, so we'll see. So at the minute, Megwin's going a lot faster than us, so Megwin's going to catch up. But this is where now we're going to start boosting. Full throttle. And we're actually going at a good rate here. I'm just going to throttle back a little bit. Because as we use fuel, we get lighter, which means our power to weight ratio changes, which means we're able to then push ourselves out quicker. I wonder if we could actually do a transfer without making orbit. Because we are relatively close. It's hard to tell. We are about to lose the first stage though, because we've nearly used all the fuel in the first stage. Well, there's an orbit. How far away are you? Set as target. 20k? Should we just brute force this right now? What's our orbit? We have got an orbit. Let's brute force it. Right. Let's do this. We're not even going to go around the planet once. We're going to go up, grab them, and come back again. Okay, so we're going to have to stage now, so hopefully this staging is correct. That looks good to me. Then let's enable that engine. And we've got all this fuel here, which is why I was thinking we'd brute force it. So let's just now turn this craft so it's pointing at our target. And at this distance, 20 kilometers, I don't think there's any chance that we're going to hit it. Let's go like 100 meters per second or something. Have I lost control? Oh, I accidentally turned SAS off. I just caught it with my finger on the controller. I feel like we want to go faster. Like 100 meters per second. What's our orbit doing? Oh, we're on a suborbital trajectory at the moment. So we have to get this before we come back in. Ooh, okay. So we're against the clock here. And we're still quite a distance out. I'm going to turn it round. Give ourselves another little burn. Get there faster. We're 11 kilometers away now. We're gonna save this person. We're coming in at 200 meters per second, so it's fast. We're going to have to get ready to slam these brakes on. Hey Kelly, thanks for liking the stream. So when we get to about 5 kilometers, we're going to start slowing down. And Doris as well, thank you. Right, okay, slow this down. People on Facebook, Jackamak. Okay. There we go. So now we just need to point ourselves the right way at the target. We've only got 4.7 kilometers to go to get there. It would be really nice if I could target it with the probe, but never mind. Let's put ourselves in a little retrograde. What's our orbit like at the moment? Going absolutely crazy. But we're going to get there, I think. Almost certain. We've actually lost our orbit. And we're looking pretty bang on here, so there is a chance that we could actually crash into the craft. This looks too bullseye to me. This is too good. I'm slowing down already. I don't think we're going to have a crash. It is going to be close though. No, we're not going to have a crash. think we're about close enough for EVA now. We're within 100 meters, so I'm just going to change our velocities so that they match. Switch vessels. So, oh my goodness, we're actually in some sort of Mark 1 nose. How this part got up here, I have no idea. So, can I now EVA? Yes. Okay, before we go anywhere, let go. RCS on. You have monopropellant. There's our target. So away we go. Little adjustments here, ladies and gentlemen. Little adjustments. We're coming in pretty good. Okay, let's get ready to turn around. Okay, we're going down too fast. Done this a couple of times now, haven't I? Oh dear. Right, okay. That's brilliant. Managed to get ourselves looking pretty good. We just need to come down now, and I think... yeah, we're going to come down in the light. So... whoa! Let's make it quite quick. What we got there? So that's an ocean landing, but I think we might end up on the land. Let's fast forward and find out. So we've entered atmosphere. We're still set to retrograde. Now we can, as long as we're happy with our trajectory here, and I am, we can get rid of this lower stage. So we'll just go a slight turn, eject, and we'll face back again. That's brilliant. That works well. I never even extended the antenna, which I will do now, because it'll explode on re-entry and it'll be hilarious. There we go. Let's get the controllers in the right position. I suppose really we could rotate the aircraft so the antenna is on the top. There we go. So now we just have to wait for this to land again, and that will be another member of the crew. So what we'll do is we'll have a look at the Viewer Plus subscribers screen, and we'll see who the next thank you person is. And we'll do this at the beginning of next time. So for example, it'd be DJ Egg. It's not going to be. We're going to do it at the beginning next time, and we'll get them renamed. Or should we choose the name now? I don't know. We'll see. We don't know if they're a pilot. We have no idea if they're a pilot, Jackamak. But it doesn't matter. We've got a probe on board, and we're coming in. Wouldn't it be hilarious if this antenna actually makes it? 40 kilometers up, and we're coming in fast. Looks... oh wait, there we go. The antenna did break off. Looks like we might splash down, and looks like we might hit the coast. It's going to be interesting to see. It looks like... yeah, it looks like it's going to be a land landing for Megwing. We're quite high up, so we're just going to fast forward a little bit. Do need to remember to deploy the parachutes though. Okay, so there's 5 kilometers gone. Drogue chutes are coming out. Imagine this IRL rescuing a random astronaut and then they suddenly work for you. To be fair though, like if you work for a space agency and you got stranded in space because of their incompetence, and the competition turned around and said, would you like to work for us instead? The people that rescued you, you'd go, shall I carry on working for the people who stranded me, or should I start working for the people who saved me? You know what? I'm going to work for the people who saved me. That's the way I look at it, Egg. And it makes sense to me. Okay, so we didn't quite make the water's edge over there, but doesn't matter. This craft will land on land. It comes in slow enough. And that is not only the mission that we started with complete, but another entire mission complete here as well, which is absolutely fantastic. And another member of our crew. So maybe we should actually choose the name so that I can do it for next time. So what we'll do is we'll go onto the Viewer Plus screen, and the next person it changes to say thank you is the person that is going to be named after, as long as it's not one we... There we go. P.T. Hudson. There we go. Your name will be in the game next time. Thank you very much for being a Viewer Plus subscriber. And that's how we do it. That's how we pick names in the games now. We just use the widget. What's their job? I don't know. Scientist. It's a scientist. Beanie Nixon says close, but no cigar yet. Yeah, I haven't landed yet. We're on our way down. We're on our way. We will land soon. Now, before we go, folks, I want you to all remember about the charity championship, which is coming up at the weekend. Get it in your diaries. It's going to be good fun. We've got some things to give away. It's going to be great. That's actually a genius way of choosing names. So normally what I'd do is I'd use a random number generator on Google, go to my website homepage, get that numbered person, add them to the game. But oh, sorry, not this weekend. Correction. Yes, next weekend. Next weekend. And there we go. We have landed. Megwin is down. Yes, it's not this coming Saturday, it's the Saturday after. So we've got 3 scientists now, which is cool. And that is the completion of that contract too. So we didn't get any science for that, and we didn't really get any funds returned from the pod. But we did get a little bit of money, not much, but we now have available to us in our astronaut complex, Megwin, with the most courage out of everybody and the least stupidity. And I will get that get Megwin renamed to P.T. Hudson between now and next time. So there we go. You can see that at the moment it would cost us 80,000 to hire a Kerbal, so we saved 80,000, gained a scientist, which is brilliant. And that's going to be the end of the stream for tonight. Overall, we've done quite well. Not everything went perfectly to plan, but that's what makes things exciting, doesn't it? Remember, on Thursday, we've got our Minecraft live stream, which is absolutely brilliant. And I don't know what's happening the weekend. I think I'm very busy. But watch out for the videos coming soon. Check out the schedule on the website. And thank you to everybody who, comes and chats, watches, takes part, and all the liking and commenting. It really does help out. And of course, thank you to the Viewer Plus subscribers too. But I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you soon. Cheers, bye. Thank you.